We're here at Arizona Matsuri, which only comes up once every, well, it's been 4 years, which is a Japanese festival in downtown Phoenix. And I can tell you the first hour and a half of it so far has been us trying to park. It's ridiculous. We're going to go through some of our favorite lesser known anime series with you because that seems to be an appropriate thing to do while at a Japanese festival.
Yeah.
Look at all the food vendors. It's one of the main reasons to come to one of these events is for the food. And speaking of food, the first anime on our list, in no particular order, that is underrated and one of our favorites is Yakitate Japan. It's actually an anime about bread making. Yeah, literally bread. It's a competition anime, super fun. It does get cut a little short in the cartoon series versus the manga, but highly recommended. It's hilarious. Check it out if you're into competition anime at all, or just super quirky comedy.
Or if you like food.
Yes. Let's go get some food. Skewers, meat, easy. I actually really like this soda. It's a lychee flavored Japanese soda. We love lychee. What a choice. Love it. The only major disadvantage of having this event go on once a year in Phoenix is that it gets packed because it's just the only time you can come. It doesn't happen any other time. So. Well,
it's also like the best time of the year to come to Arizona.
Yeah.
So like all the festivals are jam-packed.
Yeah, it's like not too hot, not too cold. Like I'm wearing shorts and it's like 75, 76 right now, which is great.
It's really beautiful, right?
Beautiful weather. So let's see what else they've got. It's cool. There are no video games.
You never know.
Yeah.
They're probably all gone.
There's people of all ages here, including a lot of students. And speaking of school, one of our other top animes that we recommend that are probably mostly unnoticed, I guess kind of a hidden gem, would be Cromartie High School. It is the weirdest, strangest, probably funniest anime I've ever seen.
It's very random.
Very random.
With the humor.
They'll have a whole episode about humming a song that they can't remember.
Yeah.
Or there's a character named Mekazawa who's a robot, but clearly everybody doesn't know he's a robot.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Highly recommended if you like really dry but also like visceral humor. It's very, you got to think about it for a minute and then they pause and they do a lot of little things to make it funny. Another early 2000s, late 90s era anime, but highly recommended.
Why won't this take my card? Stop poking me with that thing.
So we bought a mural from that artist a couple of years ago. And she's like, oh, where are you going to put it? I'm like, well, we're going to put it in one of our rooms. She's like, oh, great. We didn't tell her it was actually going in our bathroom. But it fits our wall perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's still on the wall. I'm still happy with it. Ooh, there's stuffed animals. There's like a ton of Pokemon. So of course you have to take a look, right? Random mini anime figures, plushes, stickers, tokens, everything from I prefer cats to Opie. It's a big range. Oh, there's a slime, a king slime. A lot of craft vendors here. One of them is paper craft. Look at this, kirigami.
Look, it's Jesus.
Get your Japanese yukatas and kimonos. And then of course snacks. Everybody needs snacks. Not related to anything at all that we just looked at. The next anime we would recommend that's underrated is Chobit. Is that one underrated? Or do people know about it?
I don't know. Like it's, you know, it's probably 20 years old at this point now.
Yeah, so it is an anime about persicons, which are personal computers, but they're actually like people shaped and sized, and they're just walking around with normal people. It is a little bit risque. There is some adult humor in there in adult situations, but it's a classic. It does go a little deeper than just the regular story about the Persicon robot walking around, but you'll have to watch it to see that. It's really cool.
Underpants. Warning, warning! This is not a lingerie store!
taiko drums are pretty cool. And speaking of music, the next anime on our list of underrated anime would be Noma Canab.
Yes.
It's a hard one to say. We're both band nerds. I don't know if you guys knew this.
Yeah.
And we love this anime. This is anime about an orchestra. It's actually about a director or a conductor, basically. And there's a little bit of competition in it, a little bit of romance, and a lot of music. And it's expressed well. The music feels more intense in the anime than it would normally, and it's pretty incredible. If you're a music buff like we are, Noma Canab is a must-have, and there's a live action of it that's pretty good. Noma is a pianist, and
he wants to be a conductor.
well, Noma is the pianist, and she's the girl, and she's kind of a messy pianist.
But she's like a genius.
But she's a genius, and he's like a perfectly composed director that also is a pianist.
Yeah, so he used to be like the pianist.
Yeah.
But he wanted to become a director.
Yeah.
So
Great anime.
So he's teaching the girl like how to be more technical with her.
And she's teaching him how to be more free about it.
Yeah.
And it's a great combination.
ちゃんと合わせてやるから、俺の音を聞け。
Yes, a couple weeks away. Collector's Marketplace is always here. If it's nerd culture, they'll be here. That's just how it is. You know, it's not underrated, but we do have to mention that we're actually watching One Piece right now. Everybody knows about that anime. It's not underrated at all, but we've never watched it. So we're watching 2 or 3 a day until we're done, and we're on like 160 or so.
So I watched it back in the 90s with the really bad, terrible port censorship cut of it that was just awful.
Yeah, so we're watching a good one on Crunchyroll. We'll get through it eventually, maybe a year or 2 from now.
I see a new wardrobe for you over there.
Oh no. It's not underrated, but my favorite anime of all time is Initial D, and kind of underrated is the sequel that's out now called MF Ghost.
Yeah.
It's a simulcast on Crunchyroll, and they just finished season 1 recently. It's so good.
Yeah, I think
So good.
I think they start back up in March
or April, so I'm super excited for season 2 of that. But if you haven't seen it, Initial D as well, go watch that. That's my favorite all time. Gonna waste money on gacha machines?
Yes.
Really? Okay. I guess we're gonna go waste money on gacha machines. If they've got something we want.
This one's Natsume and the Book of Friends, Nyanko Sensei. We traveled all over Japan our first trip looking for Nyanko Sensei plush for me.
And we found it. Not only did we find it, we actually found an entire floor full of different Nyanko Senseis. It was kind of like Elisa Heaven.
Yeah. He's a fox god.
And you recommend that anime?
Yes, I love that one. I think
It's slice of life, right?
it's kind of
With a really good...
so it's
Oh, it's one of the two.
this demon form.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So you got this one.
Yes.
Okay. The one that I found is actually one of the few video game ones here, and it is a Sega one. We're gonna take a look at that. Game Gear. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Flip it around.
Sweet.
Awesome.
It was one of the only ones that actually had video game themed things, so figure you might as well spend $6 and buy a little keychain. That's a little expensive, but
It's part of the gacha system.
yeah, that's how it goes.
Speaking of gacha systems, Sujimon.
Oh man, we're playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth right now, and it is so fun. I'm not a Pokemon fan. I hate monster collectors. She's a Pokemon fan, and the Sujimon setup in Infinite Wealth is so good.
It's so funny.
It's over the top, hilarious, and it's way more strategy than actual Pokemon.
There's like guys that are like in giant trash bags.
But yeah, play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth if you haven't yet. It is an amazing RPG with super awesome Japanese stylings.
Yeah.
We want to let everyone know we're going to be at the Bits and Beers event in Van Nuys, California on April 6th between 1 and 4 p.m. This is hosted by one of our favorite video game stores, LA Video Games. We're super excited to be there. We hope to see you there. We're going to have bangers for sale along with merch. So please come and say hey to us. Back to our anime rankings. There's a lot here that's humorous, and you know, a lot of Japanese stuff is meant to be like over the top funny. Speaking of which, the next anime on our list is Excel Saga. This is a really weird one, I'm warning you. It is really weird. And if you want to watch something that's kind of hard to understand because it's so weird, that's one you want to watch.
It's another like very random one, like Smart High School is.
Yes.
But it makes fun of other animes like openly in every single scene.
Yeah, it's kind of about superhero-ish girls who are assigned tasks and jobs by their master god type creature,
I
human.
think they're like aliens.
Yeah,
right?
they're aliens, and he's their leader, and he assigns them to do stuff for him. That's basically all you need to know. The rest is just super silly, and there's a little dog named Mochi in it.
Or
Menchi, who's hilarious.
It's kind of, you're not really sure if it's a cat or a dog. It looks kind of like a cat, but they call it a dog.
And one of the lead characters always wants to eat him.
Yeah, but it's a joke.
It's a joke, but it's still, she chases him around with a fork and knife. It's awesome. So, Excel Saga, check that one out.
So the entire world would be ours to do with as we please! That old guy! That office lady! Even Pedro!
See?
And even the funny-looking nuts! Look, it's Rim!
ReZero. That's another version. Oh, bye! Oh man, I love these things. It's like flavored gelatin of some sort.
Yeah.
It's called Fugetsudo Confectionery in Little Tokyo. Yeah, we're gonna pick some of those up. $12 is a lot. What do you see?
Dog bandanas.
We don't have a dog.
We have a puppy cat.
Oh no. He does like wearing clothes.
I know. He's a pretty boy too.
He is a pretty boy. Wow, that's
Oh no.
Dude, thank you. Always. I have a bad tempura.
That's cute.
I like it. Miso hungry is also pretty appropriate for him. I think we do miso hungry.
Miso.
Yeah. That's one of the most likely expensive pieces of fabric we've ever bought for $25, but he's gonna look adorable in it. Okay, so that's it. Now it's time to walk back to the car. I wish we kind of had our own little transportation with us to go back to the car, but we don't. But speaking of which, the last anime we recommend for the list is Yoa Pedal.
Oh yeah.
And it's called Yoa Peta as a short. It's a newer, I think it's late 2010s, maybe early 2020s.
Well, I think it's still ongoing.
It is ongoing, but it's about a nerdy kid who goes to Akihabara every day on his mommy bike. Mommy bike is just like a one-speed bike that a mom would ride, I guess is why the nickname exists. Then he gets recruited by a street bicycle racing team and ends up being incredibly good at climbing.
It's the high school bicycling team.
High school bicycling, yeah, and it's so good. It's another competition anime, super funny. There are a lot of great moments, a lot of emotional moments.
They have really good characters.
Oh, the characters are great, and they're evolving, and it's a progressive anime, so highly recommended. We're loving it, and there are laugh out loud moments all the time. That'll do it for 2024 Arizona Matsuri. Hope you guys like our anime list. Comment below what is your favorite, if it's amongst ours, or if you have a different one you recommend. And we appreciate y'all watching. Please like and subscribe this video if you're into it, because we'd like to do more of these, but we know our anime audience is kind of low. So anyways, take care everybody. We'll see you next time.